Hey guys, Sundance here for the unboxing of a new gun, the Ruger SR-22. I know it seems like I've done a lot of reviews on Ruger pistols lately, but frankly it's because they're coming out with new products at a fairly amazing pace, honestly. And you can refer to the Ruger Revolution video to talk about why some of those changes are happening over at Ruger. But anyway, let's take a look at unboxing the new Ruger SR-22. I'll fibbing a little bit. I've already opened this and looked at it, so this isn't exactly new. The new SR-22 we will look at together here in just a second. Comes with the pistol, an extra grip I can talk about here in a second how to replace that. Two 10-round magazines, one in the pistol, one extra here. You get butt pads for the clips that have little finger extensions if you want to add that for a little extra purchase on the gun. A nice little nylon case, and of course the heavy-duty Ruger lock. Great stuff. Looking specifically at the pistol and not the accessories right now because those are just toys, but the Ruger SR-22, you can see that in terms of it being a 22 pistol, this is no longer based on the format of the standard 22, the Mark II 22, the Mark III 22, or the 2245, which are all based on the same design. Instead, Ruger promotes this as the SR-22 being an extension of the SR series. Let's talk about the features on the gun a little bit. I haven't shot it. I just picked it up yesterday, so I intend on doing an actual torture test on this little thing, shooting a lot of rounds a little bit later. So all I can really go on right now are the features of the gun. Ambidextrous safety and decocker, which I'll address here in just a second. Adjustable 3-dot sights. This rear blade is actually removable. You can turn it around and reinsert it. So if you'd rather have blacked out sights with the front dot, you can. The front sight is also both adjustable and replaceable, so I'm assuming you can come up, the industry will come out with fiber optic or night sights to go on the little SR-22 very shortly. This is a blowback design, a little deviation. Standard blowback design. This barrel is fixed. It's not a tilting barrel design, it's a fixed barrel design. It ought to promote itself very well to perhaps a threaded barrel model to be coming out soon, I would guess. 10-round magazine. This is not the same magazine that you'll see on all the other Rugers. These are proprietary to the SR-22. There's a grip right here, and I'm going to take the camera out or take the pistol out of the camera view for just a minute to get this loose and show you how it works. Okay, what I did off camera was just to get a little leverage to pry that off to show you that with you just kind of grab and pull, and this entire sleeve, that grip comes off, and it comes with two grips that you can put on there. One's thinner. They're both comfortable. This is the thinner of the two. I like the thicker one myself, but this is the smaller one. The floor plate on the magazine, like I said a minute ago, you can put in the one that would give you a slightly, as you can see, a little bit more of a flare for that last little finger if you want to do that. Okay, those are the basics of the pistol. Some of the things I noticed right away in handling it, it's very ergonomic, it's very comfortable. I bought the second one that came to town. Some guy beat me to the first one that came to town, and my understanding is he showed up at the range the next day, put 400 rounds through it without a problem. I haven't shot it yet. I can't really speak to that point. The anecdotal evidence would suggest from other people that it does shoot and gobble up and spit out any ammo you can put in it. So that's probably pretty typical of Ruger. Good job, Ruger. There's a couple of things that annoy me about the SR-22. Now granted, I haven't shot it. I may become a big fan of it. Don't know. But one of the things that bothers me is for Ruger to suggest that this is part of the SR series. If you are considering the SR-22 as a training pistol for the SR service pistol, the battery of arms is different. This is not the SR series, even though they're calling it the SR-22. Let me show you a couple of points to address that. One is that this is a hammer-fired pistol. It's got an external hammer right here. Second, this safety functions as a decocker as well. But when it's used strictly as a safety, you'll notice that the up position is fire. The down position is safe. And then finally the down, if you go further, when it's cocked, you go all the way down, and it's a decocker. But let's address that for a minute. When it's in the, when it's in this position here, up is fire, down is safe. And they're calling this the SR-22. Let's take a venture back in time very briefly. This is the SR-9C, which is the compact 9mm SR pistol. Let's look at a couple things. From a training standpoint, this is a striker-fired pistol. There is no hammer on the SR. Secondly, the safety mechanism operates entirely backwards from the SR-22. Up is safe, down is fire. The exact opposite of the SR-22. So from a 22 training standpoint, and having the moniker of the SR series in front of it, you would think, for continuity of design purposes, that the safeties would work the same way. They don't. Further, the SR9 doesn't have a decock function at all. They're entirely different designs. Squared trigger guard, rounded, the gripping is different. There is nothing that would suggest that this belongs in the SR series. I'm not knocking it as a great design. This may very well turn out to be a great pistol design. I think it's mislabeled if you're going to consider it part of the SR series. Instead, let's look at it as compared to the LC9 perhaps. The LC9 has the safety, unfortunately, again, the safety is wrong as compared to the little SR. Here with the LC9, again, we've got the up is safe, down is fire. The complete opposite of the SR-22. It is, however, a hammer-fired, although it's concealed hammer. It is a hammer-fired gun. They're both lightweight, similar size package and everything else, but again, you can see that it's not really part of the LC family either. I don't think it's right to call it an SR-22. I don't think it's right to call it an LC-22, but between the two, it might be closer to the LC family of pistols than the SR. Well, those are my two complaints just looking at the gun so far. I'm going to run some ammo through it. I might very well fall in love with the thing. I can tell you that handling it initially, the other thing that I notice, at least for my hands, is that when that hammer comes back, you can see that little hammer bite may very well happen with this pistol. You know, this is a problem the Browning high powers had and the Walther PPKs have had. You know, the hammer bite is not something new to the industry. You think Ruger would have maybe addressed that. Again, I haven't shot the gun. Maybe it's a non-issue. I do know that it rides very, very low, and it looks like it could be an issue. I'll let you know how that pans out. I'm really excited about the pistol otherwise. It's compact. It's going to be the pistol equivalent of what we used to call 22 kit guns. Very small to throw in your tackle box or your wood kit to have with you. And enough firepower and ergonomics to shoot comfortably for any manner of varmint or critter that you run into. I suppose it could serve the role as self-defense in terms of it being concealable, and for those people with small hands or weak hands that have trouble pulling back the slide on a full-size pistol or with recoil springs that manage centerfire cartridges. Here we've got an aluminum slide, anodized by the way. I'm not sure how durable that's going to be, but the recoil spring is much lighter because it's a 22 instead of the the other centerfire cartridges. So somebody with weak hands and small hands, this could very well be a self-defense option. For me, it's going to be a plinker, and assuming that it withstands all the testing, I'll probably just keep it because it's a Ruger and I love the Rugers. But there you go, first look at the Ruger SR-22, and I'll get back with you after some shooting. Take care.